Now, your ABC 21 First Alert forecast.
And tomorrow is an ABC 21 First Alert weather day. Again, the reasoning for that, we're looking at the chance for some temperatures in the low to mid 90s. The feels like in the triple digits tomorrow. Again, that heat and humidity, when it gets that high, that's when it can get dangerous. So be sure to stay hydrated, have a way to stay cool tomorrow. And those temperatures are going to take off pretty quickly tomorrow. We're not going to cool off much tonight. In fact, by tomorrow morning, we're going to begin the day in the mid 70s. By 11, be already in the low 80s. And that's when that heat index will really start to take off. By the afternoon and early evening, temperatures rising to the low 90s. That heat index, again, in the triple digits. And it'll stay there even through a decent part of the evening tomorrow. Again, as late as 8 tonight, the temperatures are still going to be in the low 90s. The heat index close to 100. So do, again, keep that in mind tomorrow. On top of that, we're also tracking the chance for some storms, which I'm about to get into here in a moment. You can see some cloud cover pushing in right now, but it's still in the low 90s. Winds out of the south at 13 miles per hour. The humidity for now is low enough to actually make the heat index lower than the air temperature. Again, that can happen when the humidity is as low as it is today, but again, it's going to crank up in time for tomorrow. You can see some of that moisture off to the west in the form of some rain showers into western Indiana. Now, I expect a lot of this to dissipate as it heads our way because of the dry air we have in place. You see a couple severe thunderstorm warnings into parts of Illinois as well. This storm in particular has been pretty impressive, but does look like it's on track to move to our south. We'll watch this one farther off to the north and west. But again, overall, not expecting too many issues in terms of showers and storms for tonight. After midnight will be a different story. That's when we expect our first of what could be several rounds of storms to move in tomorrow. That late tonight and into tomorrow morning round could bring some heavy rain and gusty winds, and then another round is possible tomorrow night, which is a little bit more conditional, but does have the better chance to bring some strong winds and potentially some severe weather. So let's time that out for you on First Alert Future Track. Again, most of the night tonight looking pretty dry. In fact, I'd say even through at least midnight we should be dry. So I think most fireworks shouldn't have any issues. But then that's when that other line of storms moves in the overnight hours into early tomorrow morning here. You see bringing some heavy rain, potentially some gusty wind and some lightning. Could be borderline severe. We'll watch that carefully. And lasting through at least the mid-morning, but then we get a chance to clear out tomorrow. This is when the heat is really going to crank up, and combined with that humidity from the recent rains, it's just going to feel downright miserable tomorrow. The bulk of the day will be dry before, again, we're watching that chance for that second round of storms that could move in later tomorrow night, and this is the one that could have the better potential for some strong winds in it. We'll watch very closely. And we keep the stormy pattern around here too. For Wednesday as well, you're sensing a theme here. That's because we have a stationary front setting up across the region here that will bring the chance for scattered storms, not just tomorrow, not just Wednesday, but as far into the week as Friday as well. The only good news here is that it could bring us some much needed rain. Here's a look at the rainfall forecast for the next 5 days here. And again, we do have the chance to get upwards of an inch, potentially close to 2 inches in some locations. And we are really short on that rain. So we'll see again how much we can actually pick up here. But again, tomorrow, that first alert weather day for the heat and humidity. Temperatures in the low to mid 90s, the heat index in the triple digits. And we keep those storm chances around through the week. Temperatures also staying in those upper 80s for most of the week until next weekend. That's when we can finally get a break from what's going to be a pretty active week of weather.
You were mentioning that we need some rain. It's pretty dry out there right now. Bad timing with the fireworks, right?
Yeah, that's a concern for tonight as well. So do keep that in mind. Again, I think some of our tips we were saying, kind of wet those fireworks off after to prevent any fires from starting. That's
or just watch the professional this week.
Yes, or let the professionals handle it.
All right, Gabe. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yep.